Hello everyone, it's Camski, and welcome to my general movement guide in Spellbreak. I first off want to say that this video would have been very hard to do without the old Thunderson, as he came up with the topics and main talking points for this video. But with that out of the way, let's get right into the video. First off, every time you use a movement ability, or rune, or levitate, it should focus on your micro positioning. For example, just dashing to the left in an open field may allow you to dodge one spell or sorcery, but then you'll end up being a sitting duck as you wait for your rune cooldown. That's why you should rune behind and around terrain to block line of sight, get to high ground, close or gain distance from your opponent, but it all depends on the situation and what you're trying to do. It's hard to say which one is best, so it's up to you to figure out what works best for you. I have a rune tier list that covers over each rune and why they are good or bad, with another video coming out soon for tips on how to use each rune. The golden rule is every rune should improve your positioning in the fight. You also want to levitate with purpose. Your levitation consumes a lot of mana, which hurts your damage output, therefore should be used wisely. Very good reasons to levitate include getting out of toxic puddles, getting out of earth slams, and repositioning onto high ground. Too many people just hold their spacebar until their mana runs out because they think it makes them harder to hit, but oftentimes it makes them easier to hit because it gives the enemy a clear shot on you. Unless you have to, save the smallest amount of mana to do damage after levitating. You don't want to levitate up to someone just to run out of mana and take free damage. One thing you want to do is sword canceling, which immediately stops your downward momentum. How do I do this? First off, it's good to know that you can cancel your sorceries by pressing left click or right click. You can also hover midair for a total up to 5 seconds by holding your sorcery. With these two mechanics, you can combine them together to cancel your sorcery in order to gain more uptime and to mix up your opponents. You can do this up to 3 times before it just makes you sink to the ground. Most of the time you levitate, you don't want to fall straight back down. Look for the nearest terrain or high ground you can take to give yourself an advantageous or unpredictable position. When it comes to movement, what matters is your movement while still outputting damage. For that, the most important thing is doing things as fast as the game allows you to. Runes can be used almost instantly after casting spells and sorceries. That's why you want to chain your rune usage right after casting and firing at your opponent to make use of the dead time where you aren't casting another spell or sorcery. This is sort of like animation canceling in other games, and you should be doing this most when you have dash or spring step. You should also do this when the enemy is looking at you trying to trade damage. This way you can deal damage without taking damage yourself. Try to strafe less. In Spellbreak, you move 19% slower when strafing compared to forward movement holding W. That's why a lot of the time it's more optimal to turn to where you're going, even at the cost of not looking at your enemy, as long as you keep a mental note of where he is. The way I manage this is that if I'm at risk of being shot by the enemy, I'll turn around in order to keep watch of where his projectiles are going, or if I need to act fast if he's aiming a frost gauntlet at me. If I'm able to block line of sight between the both of us, I'll stop looking back and use my W key to create as much distance as possible. It's always good to build these habits, as it'll make you a much better player. If this is too much, you can always try to adjust your sense to make it easier. If you have any more questions, I stream every day on my Twitch channel over here, where you can ask me questions and I can answer you directly. I'll have more videos being uploaded to help everyone learn, and let me know in the comments what you would like to see me do next. If you enjoyed the video and or learned anything new, the best support you can give is by liking the video, and if you want to see more content like this, feel free to subscribe and click the notification bell to make sure you don't miss an upload. That's it from me, and I'll see you guys in the next video.